Happy Monday, you guys. Today is the day before Valentine's Day, so we will be doing a bunch of Valentine's Day stuff, and then after school, we're gonna set up for our Valentine's Day party tomorrow. I like to decorate my room the day before, even though our party technically isn't until the afternoon on Valentine's Day. The morning we'll pass out our Valentines and stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and decorate our room for that after school. So we have a fun and busy day, and I am not prepared at all for today. I just feel like last week, really the last 2 weeks with the 100th day of school and glow day, and just there has been so much going on that last week I was just playing catch up the whole time, and so I was catching up on grading, catching up on everything. So, and I have not felt the best either, so I feel I've just been behind on everything. I finally feel I've caught up, and I don't have that much to grade, so I can kind of focus on Valentine's Day, and then in a couple weeks it's Dr. Seuss Day. So we're gonna go ahead and sign in. I'm gonna eat my Nutri-Grain bar, and then we'll see, and I will come back to you guys. I don't think I'm gonna do morning work this morning, just because it's Monday and I typically never do it on Mondays. I didn't even do it at all last week. I just was not prepared, so we're not gonna do it today. But I need to go ahead and write our new spelling words on my little scroll over there, and then figure out what I'm doing for my weekly motivator this week, because I have no idea. One of my biggest flaws is that I plan ahead and I print things out 2 weeks in advance, but then I accidentally lose it. I know for a fact I printed off education of the core spelling worksheets for last week and this week. I did 2 weeks at a time, and now I have no idea where I would have put that. All right, here's the weekly motivator from last week. We used these little hearts that had magnets on the back, and it was battle the table. So I think this week I'm gonna see if I can do a whole group one. We actually did a whole group one the week before last. So I think, okay, let me put you there. I think I'm gonna do an individual one, and I'll look in here to see if I have anything, but I don't think I do. Last week we did a cup full of compliments. So we may just do tickets. You know what, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I have tickets. So this is perfect. I love, this is such an easy one. Basically, whenever I see you doing something going above and beyond, following our classroom expectations, then you get a ticket, and then we'll probably say at the end of the week I'll have a little store, and you can redeem your tickets for things. So if you get one ticket, you may get a pencil. If you have 2 tickets, you may get a pencil and a piece of candy. 5 tickets, maybe a class coupon. 10 tickets, maybe a trip to the prize box. Whatever, we'll see. But I'm gonna do that this week and go ahead and make that on the board really quick, because here come the kids. All right, you guys, we are done with lunch, and my kids just went to specials. So this time I came a little bit more prepared. Also, I'm freezing, so I'm gonna turn my heater on. And that's why I have this jacket on. It does not match my outfit at all, but it's okay. So I wrote down kind of the order we did things today so I could remember, because the last couple of vlogs I've been awful at remembering what we've done. So I wrote it down on sticky notes so I could remember. So we started off our morning with morning meeting, and I always use my wireless microphone, and I go around. On Mondays it is Memory Monday, so they share a memory from the weekend, and they just sit down when they're done, and then I just go through all the kids. The next thing we did is go over our weekly motivator, which I showed you guys this morning, but we are doing the tickets, and I need to do that during my planning today, is figure out what the little store will be for that. But that's what this is. The next thing is we did our Bible verse. This week it is Psalm 104. And so we always on Mondays come up with hand motions for our Bible verse, and I will just say it one time for them so that they can hear what the words are and see the words, and if there's any words that they don't know how to read, that they can put 2 and 2 together. And then we come up with hand motions together, and then we say it a couple of times. Sometimes we'll say it in a silly voice, a country accent, a British accent. We just come up with fun ways to say it. So we did that, and then we went into Bible, and this week we're learning about thankfulness. So we talked about what we're thankful for. We did a think, pair, share on that, and then we did our workbook page, and then we did our prayer time. Then we went right into language. I have an assistant this morning, which is amazing. So she took one of my other students out in the hallway to do some makeup work with them. And then while she was doing that, we did a board activity on ABC order, and then that kind of got them warmed up for their language worksheet, and I will show you guys what that worksheet looks like. So this was their language worksheet, ABC order, write a sentence, and then on the back they just correct those sentences. Then after the language worksheet, when they finish early, I let them read a book for the first part. Then we do our phonics worksheet, and today for phonics we did our charts, and then we just did our worksheet, and I will show you guys what that is in a second. Since language and phonics go pretty quickly, after they finish language they can read a book, but after they finish phonics, since that's kind of like the end, they can do any of our finished early options, and I'll also show you what those are. For phonics, they started off doing their special sounds, and then kind of did the front of that worksheet. Then this is what the back looked like. So we always will learn new special sounds. We went over what rhyming was, circle the picture word. So we just started branching out for our finished early options, because at the beginning of the year with first graders, it can be kind of a hot mess. So I kind of gradually introduce things, but starting the second half of the year, they're able to do any of these things as soon as they finish their work early. And if I say like that you can do your finished early options, otherwise I'll just say like you can read a book. But finished early options are always they check their catch-up work folder and make up anything that they missed or that like they still need to finish. So then they can always read a book, and right here beside of it is this chalkboard and whiteboard, and it has little magnetic letters and has chalk in there as well, and a dry erase board. So pretty much all of our finished early options have to do with spelling. So this is for them to practice their spelling words. They just take this to their desk if that's what they choose. Then we also have Scrabble letters, and this is a finished early option. They practice their spelling words. We have another chalkboard, and we have little blocks for them to practice their words. Above it is our whiteboards, and they can practice writing their words on here and in sentences. I have this whole bin of different flashcards. Like here are sight word flashcards. Here are some other sight word flashcards. So this is always an option as well. Down here are specifically for handwriting. So this is for them to practice their handwriting, and they practice their spelling words. One of my favorite things to do at the beginning of every week is to print out their spelling list, and I use Education to the Core Premium for literally everything having to do with spelling, and honestly, most of the things I do in class. So today they all got their pink slip for Valentine's Day. It's just like this, and has all of their words on it. So all of them have these at their desks right now. And then during seat work, because right after that we did reading groups, they did this fun, I'll show you guys, little roll a word worksheet. So they have their words, but their words are also up here at the top, and I'll show you guys how I do that because it's amazing. I love Education to the Core, but it has them do all these fun things. So that's kind of early finisher stuff and kind of how our morning went. And then we had snack time, and then after snack time is actually when we did math, and we're learning about subtraction and double digit subtraction. And then we did reading groups. So they actually did the spelling worksheet during reading groups. That's like their seat work. And I have 4 reading groups, and me and my assistant split up. I'll take 2 and she does 2. So I start off with 1, she starts off with 1. You do it for about 10-15 minutes and then you switch. And so if you're not in a reading group, you're doing spelling at your seat, and that kind of changes. Sometimes it's spelling, sometimes it's journal writing, and then I'll be with my reading group. And for reading groups, I do use my little classroom management slug, which is this little guy, and you can't really tell, or I guess you can on camera. He lights up, so anytime I'm doing small groups of any sort, I have him with me, and if the light is on, it's kind of like a stoplight, and that means you cannot come ask me any questions. This has been a literal lifesaver. Like, as soon as they see sluggies on, they'll like get up, they'll start walking to me, and they're like, oh, nope, reverse. So that's great. And then it was time for lunch, and now it's planning. So I do have a bunch of things I need to get done. I made a list. Planning, I need to put in grades, I need to get all of my worksheets out for the week because I forgot that like Valentine's Day was tomorrow, so like I put everything in Tuesday's bin, so I need to like switch everything down a day and then like start over for next week. So I'm gonna do that really quick, and then I just have a bunch of like odds and ends things that I need to do. I want to like look through my closet, see if there's any fun Valentine's things from last year, look through that bin of Valentine's Day stuff and see if I can use any of that tomorrow, and kind of just do some things like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with that stuff. It's taken me a lot longer to grade these language and phonics sheets. So I've only done the fronts of all of them just because it's so many like special sounds that I have to look for and everything. So sadly, I didn't get to finish that many things, and even more sadly, I don't have an assistant to take out my kids today, so I'm gonna take them out. But it's like beautiful weather, so I don't mind at all. It's just like I lose one of my planning periods, so I will finish grading after school, and I'll just do all my Valentine's things after school. There was nothing like super important that I needed to, so that I like needed to get done during planning other than just like grade so I don't get too behind. So I'll just grade after school and do Valentine's Day stuff after school. So I'm gonna go pick up my kids from art, and then we're gonna go head to recess until 1:10. Then when we get back, we'll do quiet time, and I will let you guys know at the end of the day how our afternoon went. The day is over, and it's actually 3:45. I was doing a little Valentine's Day box, and it's a hot mess behind me, but it was so fun. I was doing it with one of my students. So anyways, I will not have time to get Valentine's Day set up, so I'll either do that in a different vlog or I'll just add it to the end of this one tomorrow morning. But basically, we finished the day. We had quiet time, and I love quiet time. It's just like a good way for them to kind of calm down after recess and get them like ready to go for the last little part of the day. Our afternoon kind of varies, and so today we focused on writing like a story, a paragraph. So I started off, I made this little bubble map. I made it so quickly on Microsoft Word, and then I gave all of them that, and they drew 4 things that they like to do in the spring. So each little bubble had a little drawing, so that way they kind of brainstormed what they're going to write about. And then I gave them a little writing template and sentence starters, and then they wrote like, in the spring I like to do this, this, and this, whatever. I will actually insert some pictures of some of them, kind of just like show you what they did, or I'll just show you in a second. But we finished off with that, and that took a little bit longer than I thought, so we pretty much just did that. And then I did a Curious George read aloud for Valentine's Day. So the afternoon flies by, and so that was really all we did. And then, like I said, I did a Valentine's Day box with one of my students, and I also do extra help on Mondays. So I have kids stay like 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes after the day ends, and I do extra help with them, and we just work on special sounds, math, spelling words, whatever it is that those students need. So that's great. So I'm about to go walk with my mom, so I'm going to quickly clean all of this up, and then potentially I may go ahead and start getting ready for Valentine's Day, so we'll see. All right, I got all of that cleaned up, so I'm good to go. It's 3:52. I have 8 minutes, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and go get the red bulletin board paper. I like to just make basically 2 tables, and which for this one I probably will just keep it 3. Last year I made like 2 long tables, like boys and girls, but this year I'll probably just keep it as is and maybe switch tomorrow, just because the morning will be a little bit more normal. So I'm gonna get 3 basically things of bulletin board paper, and I'll put it on their desks, and then I write a note to them just like on the bulletin board paper. So it'd be like, Sally, I love your smile, so-and-so, things I love about them. And then they also made their little hearts to each other, and I will show you guys those really quick. Here are their hearts to each other, and basically they just like went around and they said something they love about each other. So each child has their own heart, and all of their classmates wrote something they love about them, and then I wrote a little note to them on the back just so they could keep it. It's laminated, so this will also be on their desk. And then my school does like little candy grams where you can like buy, it's like $3, you get to like send it to a kid from a different class, and it comes in like a cute little thing with a note from that student. So I also pass out those on their desk. But I'm gonna run to the store and get some more conversation hearts. I need to check and see how many I actually have, because we're doing that experiment tomorrow. I need to get my list of like different things I need to get, because I also wanted to get like a sweet little treat for them in the morning. So let me check really quick and see what I have in my Valentine's Day box from last year. All right, I got my box from last year, and these things are seriously the best. If you saw my 100th day of school video, then you know I keep everything in these boxes from the year before. So I have like our word search that we'll do probably for like morning work or something. I have a bunch of these, so when we do like centers, they'll be able to play with those. I have these foam hearts that we may play with, decorate something. I have 7 of these. So typically I give each kid one, but I think since we're just gonna probably do like some graphing and stuff with it, this may be fun, but I might pick up another pack if I can find it. I have like some would you rather conversation heart, little conversation starters. And then basically any other worksheets we have and some like dangly decorations and stuff that I'll just throw up tomorrow. So I'm gonna keep this out so that I have this. I'm gonna put it on my rocking chair, and so that'll be good to go. But I'm gonna go get those 3 things of, why do I keep calling it construction paper? 3 things of bulletin board paper, and then I'll have that done. So tomorrow morning I'll just have to like write the notes really quick, which doesn't take a lot of time. So here we go. I have the bulletin board paper on there and their little hearts. It looks super cute. I'm back, you guys. I came back after I went walking with my mom, and then we went to dinner and then Walgreens to get some more conversation hearts. And now I'm back in my classroom because I have like an hour of like just free time. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna feel better if I just get it done with. So we're gonna go ahead and go around to the tables and put their little thing that I love about them on the bulletin board paper, and then I'm gonna get their gifts ready. I need to see if I have little like goodie bag, you know, plastic bags for their gifts as well. So we're gonna go ahead and get it ready so that tomorrow morning I can come in and just like feel ready for the day. So let's get to it. I went ahead and wrote all their names, and something I love about them, just like short and sweet. And now, like I said earlier, some of my kids have candy grams, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass those out, and then I'm gonna do their gift for me, and then I think I'll pretty much be done. I'm gonna like put out a couple read alouds, and then put their like morning worksheet up here, which is just like a word search, and then like little things like that. So let me go ahead and get their candy grams all laid out. Quick. So I'm actually, before, if you haven't like noticed, I keep running into the side of the bulletin board. I mean, I have this jacket on because I'm freezing, but I'm gonna go around and tape down like the sides of the bulletin board paper so that like when kids are walking by, it doesn't keep moving, because that keeps happening to me, and I can only imagine what it'll be like when there's 16 7-year-olds in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and tape that down, and then I'm gonna get to my gifts. All right, I'm now gonna go ahead and get their gifts ready. I'm gonna go see if I have those little like clear baggies, but if not, we're gonna improvise and we'll just like lay them out on their desk cute, and then my mom may have some, or I may get some tonight on my way home. So we'll see. Hopefully I have some, or maybe our office has some, so I'll check both places. I couldn't find any of those bags, but it's all right. I'm gonna go ahead and put their gifts. I got them these push pencils from Target, and then the putty from Target that has little googly eyes. There you go. So they'll each get one of these, and then I got them from Walgreens some Hershey Kisses that'll go in their little baggies. And I think that's it. Yeah, these were just little treat bags that I got for like my team and stuff, just for like birthdays and stuff. So I got that for not Valentine's Day, but I am gonna go ahead and lay these out their desks, and that way if I do get those things tomorrow, then I can just like quickly put them in there. I got them just these Valentine Day Hershey Kisses, and then the conversation hearts. I'm trying to decide. I think last year I did put these on their desks, and then I just told them they couldn't eat them because we do like our graphing and stuff with them. I'm just trying to decide because I feel like their desks are pretty crowded right now, and I'm gonna want them to do work and stuff. I feel like it'd be cute, so I think I'm gonna do one table and see if I feel like it's too crowded, and then these I'm just gonna hold off on until I get those baggies, because otherwise I'll just have to like redo it anyways. So these I'm gonna hold off on. These we're gonna see if it looks good on one table. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it on there, and I'll just let them know tomorrow not to open them until it's time for graphing, and that'll save me one thing that I won't have to do tomorrow. Alrighty, so all the tables are done. So this is kind of what their desk looks like. Their name is like above there, and then I just put I love your smile, whatever I love about them, and then their gifts right here will be in a baggie. Like I said, those two things and Hershey Kisses. The hearts are gonna stay at the top, and this will be what their desk looks like when they come in. So a fun fact, last Valentine's Day is when my now husband proposed to me. He actually used my students in my 3rd grade class to hold up signs that said, "Will you marry me?" And that's how he proposed. So it's our 1 year of engagement, and it's also our 8 years of being together. So it's a very special day. But last year he did that, and like he got like 100 balloons and filled my classroom. So you know, my room isn't gonna look as cute as it did last year, for sure. Okay, you guys, I think that's all for today. I'm gonna wrap this video up and go ahead and head home so I can just kind of relax for the rest of the night. But hopefully this gave you some ideas. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed, and make sure you're following me over on TikTok and Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next video. Happy Valentine's Day!